Hey everybody, welcome to episode 10 of the Savvy Social Hour. I'm super excited for today's episode as usual, but I have a special guest on today, Mike Burns, the Executive Director at Join Hands Ministry. And Join Hands is right in Perry County. They're servicing Perry County residents and providing relief for our residents here in the county. If you don't know about Join Hands, you're going to be really excited to hear about what they're doing. Mike, thank you for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about how Join Hands got started and who you guys are?
So about 21 years ago, a collection, it was a vision came out of a guy named Harry Overholser. He was in a Bible study, and his pastor at the time, Pastor Pat, said, if there was something you would do without care to resources and not allowing resources to be a barrier, what would it be? And the one thing that at that time was big was a lot of people were going around for assistance from church to church to church, or civic group, to have a central hub of Perry County assistance led, carrying the banner, which was the churches, and now it's over 80 church entities, and it's really amazing. So we do everything but food, and I always say that if kind of like vanilla ice, if you have a problem, we'll try to help you solve it. So that's pretty much what we're doing.
That's amazing. That is so cool. So how long have you been involved?
Just February, I just celebrated my 5th year here at Join Hands. And as I met with, and Harry, the guy who started Join Hands, had passed away in 2020, but 5 years ago, almost around this time, I met with him and just wanted to catch his original vision. And along with his original vision, and just make sure that what I was discerning was what connected to the original vision is taking care of people's day-to-day living needs, not really wants but needs, and that's literally what we do to, literally almost about 10% of the population. Well, in 2020, it was almost 10% of the population of Perry County. I believe it was,
Wow.
no, it was more than that. It was 7,339 Perry Countyans out of a county of 46,000. So.
Wow. That's amazing. So can you tell me, like, what type of needs are you seeing right now and what type of relief are you providing?
Yeah, so with Perry County, it's in the 2010 census, which I can't wait to get the updated version of the 2020 census. In 2010 census, it stated that 68% of people that live in Perry County that work. So out of 100% of those people who work in Perry County, 68% of them work outside of Perry County. So like one of our big line items every year, we have multiple programs, but in our main program is our financial assistance, really just helping to intervene with that rent bill, that car repair, or anything to do with the family, medical stuff, utilities, emergency housing. But here it's really in 2020 and even till now, it's not just the scenario, the individual scenarios that have increased, but it's the intensity. Especially a lot of people, anytime we intervene with $1, it really saves the local community and the state $7 downstream. So if we intervene up $1 upstream, it's $7, a minimal $7 saved downstream. So a lot of it is like, for instance, when the first stimulus came out, we had people that needed a new car, a new used car, but then 3 months later it wasn't in as good shape as they thought, and they couldn't afford the repairs. So that's where we kicked in. But we always refer out to other agencies, especially now with a lot of the CARES Act money and additional stimulus that is coming to the state and the county. We utilize that first, and then we fill the gaps where other agencies aren't allowed to or able to go.
Wow, that is so cool. Have you seen, I know like rentals are really challenging right now and rent has increased. And that's hard for a lot of people that are, coming to me and saying, my goodness, I'll pay $1,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment. I just need something. Are you seeing a lot of like crisis in housing right now in the rental housing?
But without a doubt, prior to COVID, there's not enough rentals in Perry County. rental units in Perry County. And so we house the Perry County Housing Task Force when we're in person, but it's HUD, Section 8, Perry Housing Partnership, some foundations. We meet once a month, and other workers that we partner with. And one, before COVID, there wasn't enough rental units. Two, I think some people are moving to the rural areas and as statistically out of the bigger cities, or maybe and Harrisonburg is a beautiful city, like small city, and was just driving through there the other day, and I don't know if a lot of people are migrating up north here from Harrisburg, or maybe other but with not enough units, and then the competition for renters to find competitive housing, it is a huge need. But especially like the beginning of COVID, we had a young couple who were living in the local cemetery, unfortunately, in a tent because of COVID. He had lost his job, and she was still working. So now they're in they're renting and stuff. They're housed, but to literally go from that homeless emergency, the first 30 days, from 0 to 30 days, and then try to get them in housing first mindset. It takes a lot of resources, a lot of time, and a lot of partners.
Wow. Yeah, I can only imagine that. That's so cool that you guys are there, like right on that level, helping people get out of homelessness into a stable home situation, and really providing more, I'm sure, than just the immediate need, but connecting them with the resources to help for their future, for their, housing and their life situation. So really cool. Thank you. Let me just see. I think we had one more question. So I guess what I'm wondering, and what I'm sure a lot of people watching are wondering, like, how can we get behind you guys? How can we support you? What can we do to support Join Hands?
The number one thing I always tell people is just know about us, so that like just knowing now, like that we are a reflection of Perry County. I didn't grow up in Perry County. My wife did. We live locally now. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of Perry County and this area. And I still, I want my kids to grow up in this area and around these people. And so for us, it's just number one, know about us. So because we don't, I know some people don't like it when I say this, but we don't discriminate based on income. So it doesn't matter if you made whatever last year. We're taking your scenario. We believe that everyone is made in the image and likeness of God, and everyone matters. And so literally, if it doesn't matter what town you live in, what school district you go to, if you are a Perry County resident, you pre-qualify for any of our programs, from our back to school program, where we provide, last year we did 431 kids got all the school supplies they needed. 300 of them got brand new pair of shoes. This past year we weren't able to do haircuts because of COVID, but we're looking at doing that again. Our Christmas program, we had 855 kids completely sponsored, and then that's about $150 per kid, of an impact. So number one is just know about us, so that if you have a family member or a neighbor that is going through a rough time and you live in Perry County, and to get them in contact with us. Our website's joinhands.help, not .com or .org, but .help, so joinhands.help. I think number two is it's really be part of our community whichever way you can. If it's volunteering on our website, you can go. It says there's a whole donor section. You donate your time, donate your finances, donate. Even if you sit on a board and we apply for a grant, know about us, so that you can speak for us. You can come and do a walkthrough at any time. Anyone can, of what we do. Ask questions. I had a pastor, Andrew from Center Presbyterian, new to the area, about 7 months, and he wanted to learn more about us and help just explain, just if they have people inside their local house of worship or civic group, they want to do their own benevolence within that, that's fine. If you want us to do it, we'll do it. We do everything but food. We can help, even like for instance, a story, we had somebody who was opiate in active recovery from opiates, and she got her first apartment, working 3 jobs, and she only had one pair of pants that she had to use for this one job, and like 3 days a week, she had to wash them like 3 times a week, so that they're going to wear out. So one of her customers said, "Hey, why don't you go to Join Hands?" So she came to us, and in one afternoon, she went from not having a bed. Because we had a bed donated here. She didn't have a dresser. She had a dresser, end tables, other furniture like lights and stuff to furnish her apartment. She needed plates. She needed pretty much almost everything. And we had it here for when it comes to clothing. Community Aid, which we love, is one of our partners, and we get $1,200 in gift cards from them because we're one of their partners a year. And so she was able to go and keep her dignity high, go pick out whatever clothes she wants from a Community Aid free. So when she left, she said to me, 90% of my stress is gone. And someone in active recovery, and we didn't spend $1. It was everything that the community had donated to us, or other partners had donated to us. So know about us too.
Wow.
Tell people about us, and and just donate whatever you can and whenever you can. And when everybody does a little bit, it equals a lot.
Yeah, that's good. Danielle just commented, and I totally agree. The fact that you said know about us and not just like, hey, give us all your money, says so much about Join Hands and what you guys are about there. We love you. Like, my husband and I are just such big supporters of Join Hands, and we know so many that you've touched and love to get involved. So, and even more in the future, I'm super motivated after hearing this. But one thing that really stuck out to me, if I can go on this little tangent here, I love what you said about like keeping her dignity. Like, I love that you spoke to that. So you're not just like meeting someone's immediate need, but I feel like you guys are like clothing them in such dignity and respect, and you're just treating them regardless of income, like based on their circumstance. You are treating them as though they are so special and important and deserving of the best. And so that is, you guys are just amazing. Like, I could just sit here and talk to you all day. So I appreciate that, Mike. And I hope that you do get some support from the followers here today. But just know that I know my broker here, Danielle, is on, and she's she's a huge supporter and on the board of directors at GHAR, the Association of Realtors. She was rooting for you guys too to receive the grant. So anyway, I really appreciate your time, Mike, and I hope that this has been valuable to the people watching. If you guys want to get connected, I will put the information for Join Hands in the comments, and please do reach out to them. Share the mission. And April, I see you're commenting here. Let me see. Oh, do you see her comments too, Mike? I don't know if you can see them.
No,
okay. So April says, such an amazing organization in the county. Thank you. She's just thanking you for what you're doing. But yeah, I'll post your information if anyone wants to get behind the mission or share it with a friend who's in need in the county. These people are the real deal, and it's just everything you put into this ministry is going to stay right here in our county and support the people that need it. So thank you, Mike. I really appreciate it. Be blessed. Thank you.